All right, so here we are looking at the left hand of section 1. Right to begin with, we have the 4th fret on the 2nd string with the pinky. And because this open E is going to be ringing over, we have to make a really good tunnel and be really on top of it, or else we'll mute it out and it will not sound good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the left hand by itself with no right hand for this. So 1 and 2 and 3. Why am I counting? Because otherwise you won't know where you are, because this is just holding down. These are just holding over until we get to this point where we lift. And so what we're going to do is we're going to constantly count, and that will help us also to just lock into our minds where everything is within the beat, within the section and the line. So 3 and 1 and 2, lift. And so then we're actually moving the 4 to the D. 3 and 1. And I would just at this point put on an A minor chord, because that's what we're dealing with here. So leave this C on. Leave this C over ringing, and then you have 1, 3, and 2. This is our A minor chord. And that's the key that we're getting to. So we have this tension thing. It's a tense dissonant thing, and then it eases da 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 da. Oh, thank heavens. So we create tension and release right from the very beginning. That Beethoven, he knew what he was doing. He had some tricks. Get the A minor and hold it down there. Once you get that, dum, boom, boom. Well, then right here we're going to leave on these 2 notes because we have them again, and then we're going to add the pinky underneath like this. And we get that exactly right there, not before, because we want it to be right in time. So to that point we have 3 and 1 and 2, lift, 4, 1, A minor, 2, dum, C on, dum, dum, lift, and move to, do you know this chord? Looking at it, this is an E chord, 2 and 1. So really, the 2 can stay. If we really wanted to look at that, I just noticed that just now. Dun, 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 4, dun, dun, dun. Yes, the 2 can stay, and then the 1 can move over to the 1st fret of the 3rd string right there. That's even better. Then that stays for the entire bar, and then you get back to, you have to lift this 1 and replace it here. 1, and then we're back to A minor again. So this basic piece is E, da, 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 A minor. Da, 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 E, da, 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 A minor. If you don't know these chords, well then pull out your chord sheet and learn these chords, because these are excellent. So again, one last time with the left hand by itself, with the 4, 1, so 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Place this right on the beat, and so be able to do that and count through just like that. All right, and now for the big moment, we get to put the hands together. Before we do though, one more review of the right hand, just in case something went bye-bye since we've last been to it. So 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. So now, and it doesn't have to be that fast that you're doing it, but definitely just do it before you go. Now we're going to put the hands together, looking again, making sure that we've got our nice tunnel in the left hand before we even get started. And the goal, especially for this first time through with both hands, is to get everything just so super slow. Look at really remembering the left hand, remembering the right hand, everything that we're doing. Nice curved pinky and everything. And so we have, I'm still counting out loud as always, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and A minor, 1, P-I-M. And here it is, P with the 4-finger. Quick prep that if you'd like to, and 2 and 3 and 1. Now if you quick prep that, then these are on the same string, and so it'll mute it. And for practice, that's great. That means you're doing it right. And so if you want to do it that way, then you certainly can. And then you just slowly work it up, always in perfect time. Yes, it sounds mechanical, but that's totally fine because we can always loosen it up. We can always, round out the corners. For right now, we just want to get it programmed in and set into that, make a groove into the brain as directly and succinctly as possible so that we learn it as fast as possible. Looking at each little detail of every little motion as much as possible, right from the front, so that we don't have to go back and fix up a lot of problems later. We'll talk about the shaping and what to do with time and all that in a little bit, but know that with this section, you've gotten a lot of the heavy lifting of this piece done because this phrase repeats a bunch of times. This is like the phrase of the piece, right? Everything else just serves to do something so that we can come back and play this again. This is the main part of the song. So once you've got this together and you've got it in time, you can do it steady. You can do it with a metronome if you want to do it with a metronome, but definitely just steady, counting out loud, really smooth. Well, then you are far on the path to playing this piece great. I'll just go ahead and tell you, for this first section, I would just keep the timing pretty straight. I wouldn't do a lot of pulling and stretching with the time at this point in a song anyway. It's just too near the beginning. For this one, just play it steady. So even though later we might do some pulling and stretching with time and things like that, you wouldn't do it on this first section anyway. So just keep it by the book, keep it steady. All right, have fun with that. The more time you put into this one section, the better, because it just repeats throughout the song. We play it a bunch of times. So take your time on this one, and it'll make all the other ones go much smoother. Okay, see you in section 2.